Nevergrind is a browser-based RPG that promises hundreds and hundreds of hours of gameplay across 3 different difficulties. There are 12 different character races, 14 different classes, and over 200 unique class and radical skills to work with. This is very much an RPG that you're going to want to make a lot of different characters for. It has randomly generated items and over 800 unique items, including unique set items. There's a leaderboard that you can compete against others in that's going to try and show off your specific class's overall results against others. This is currently in its beta, and it promises to be a very large world. So let's go ahead and check it out. Now this game is all taking place completely in browser. And, oh, I don't think you guys can see my pointer. That's a problem. Highsight, you failed. Capture mouse cursor. It says right there. Well, okay. Unfortunately, you guys will not be able to see my... Oh, there it is. There's my mouse. Okay. This is actually pretty highly ranked on IndieDB right now with 460. I'm surprised I never heard about it. Oh, and look at that! Oh, he gave me a little notice. That's so cool. Highsight will be streaming on Twitch. Yay! Hope everybody here is here for this. Alright, so let's look at these leaderboards real quick that we're being promised about. It looks like it has a bit of an overall... Yeah, it looks like it's got a bit of a following already. And look at this, look at all these classes. Wow, this game could definitely use a bigger following, though. You guys, I want you guys to check this out immediately after. This is a free game. There will be a link in the comments below. Description below, even. Let's go ahead and create our character, shall we? Character name, Highsight, the Brave. Look at this, we got a ton of races to choose from, and a ton of classes. And it looks like if you look on the left here, there's a radical skill for every single different race. Outstanding. Does gender play any role into it? Gender receives a bonus to wisdom and passive health regeneration. That's pretty handy. Males receive a bonus to strength and stamina. Alright, alright. Fair enough. Is that the same for every race? Yes, it is. There is a hardcore mode and a normal mode. Warning, hardcore death is permanent. We're going to avoid that for now. Let's see. Oh, and the developer's here, actually. Malefin. Apologies for the name mess-up. Welcome, Malefin. Let's see. So apparently there is a beta leaderboard with thousands of players. You stopped showing it, though. Only people with server test accounts are on here now. Okay, gotcha. So this is called Nevergrind, right? I better never be grinding in this game. I don't want to ever have to grind in this game. Otherwise, I call it false advertising. Catchy name, though, I gotta say. So Barbarian itself is a race. That's interesting. Gnomes, halflings. Alright, I'm gonna go with an elf. I always liked elves. So let's see. What do wood elves get me? Their culture is deeply aligned. Radical skill. Let's. If I read the descriptions for everybody, I'm gonna be here all day. Let's face facts. Infuses their body with natural energy, dramatically boosting their agility and dexterity. So obviously, I want to do some kind of ranger build, don't I? Wow, look at that. There's a whole skill list here for them and everything. This is really deep. Rangers are offensive hybrids with a combination of melee and spells. I like spells. Although, honestly, I was expecting Ranger to be more based on missile weapons. Oh, they rely on bows to do most of their damage. Though they use swords and spells as well. Among all classes, Rangers have the best tracking, which helps find rare monsters. Their spells provide added utility, including some damage, healing, and some crowd control. Many of their skills are shared with warriors and druids. Rangers unlock spells at level 9. That sounds good. Alright, knowing completely next to nothing about this game, we're going to do that. That sounds fun. Attempt character creation. Done! Alright, there's my level 1 Wood Elf Ranger. I gotta say, I love the aesthetic this game has right here. The background is beautiful, and I think all the art is like this from what I've seen. It's all very beautiful. Although, given that, I'd almost say that the logo aesthetic doesn't quite match up, you know? It feels like it's not quite the same. It has a completely different, more cartoony look, whereas the vibe I'm getting from this beautifully artistically rendered background, it just screams out to me realism. But then I look at the logo and it screams cartoony. So let's see if that aesthetic changes at all. No music, but okay, at least we got something. The world of Vandamore. It has been more than 500 years since the Imperial Shattering, a period of global war throughout the world. The outcome of the Great War led to the long-standing period of relative peace, cooperation, and prosperity among all the nations. However, in recent times, unusual levels of antagonism have concerned each nation's leaders. Some believe the chaos has been perpetrated by the gods themselves. In ancient times, the gods were known to meddle in the national affairs of Vandamore. They stood to gain by acquiring more followers, and the more worshippers a deity has, the more powerful their influence becomes. Due to the period of relative calm, the people of Vandamore have been I should definitely know that word. Inculcated? I don't know that word, I apologize. With complacency. A great hero is needed in this chaotic time to preserve and reestablish peace in the world. You have been enlisted in the Eldenburg Training Detachment to help quell the recent insurgencies. Insurgents, even. Edinburgh is the capital of the human nation and a key port city for the old imperial system. Your journey begins with Edinburgh's perimeter under siege by orcs. Internet Explorer has saved us here, ladies and gentlemen. I couldn't get this to run in Chrome for some reason. But hey, we're back to epic music. Miranda, welcome to Edinburgh. Highsight. My name is Miranda Crossheart, commander of the Edinburgh Recruitment Detachment. So, you are trying to make something of yourself in Vandamore, huh? My job is to ensure that even an ordinary wood elf like yourself succeeds in the task. There is plenty of busy work around here that doesn't include carrying around a clipboard. The best way to learn how to swim is jumping into a river. So this will be your first mission. Our scouts have reported that a group of orc marauders are terrorizing the perimeter of the city. Proceed to Saludburn, I'm going to pretend that's a forest name I can say, and eliminate the orcs. Be sure to test out all of your skills in combat so you know what you're doing. I'm going to apologize ahead of time if I butcher any wordings at all, because I have never been good at reading out loud. I don't know why I thought streaming was the thing for me, but here I am, reading out loud to you all in real time. Alright, so let's see. Let's jump through the portal. Few classes make any use of charisma in battle. Alright, Highsight, time to warm up by killing off those worthless orc vermin. Clicking anywhere on screen should help you find one, or you could get fancy and click the Pull Next Monster button on the skill bar. You can also try to run if things aren't going your way. Experiment with your skills and figure out what you're capable of. She kind of pulled me out of the immersion right there when she said that I could click the next pull button or next monster button onto the skill bar. She went from being completely immersed in the world to suddenly, there's a skill button there's a button above your skill bar. Press it. That's always a killer for me in video games. I love it when, if you're going to have something that explains that, just make it a disembodied thing in the game. Don't make the actual characters tell you that, you know? Okay, an orc pawn. I'm going to attack the orc pawn. Your defense increased. Your offense is increased, but he hits me. So this is like real-time combat? Oh, okay, I have to keep hitting him because it's real-time. I have to click as fast as I can. Click, 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 click. Easy. You have slain an orc. I don't know why I was expecting turn-based right there, but... Alright, so we're expected to click very frequently, is that correct? You can adjust the music and sound by pressing X or click the gear button on the top right. Was it too loud? Let's see what the combat sounds like. Oh, that is pretty loud. I apologize. What doesn't sound loud to me might be loud for you guys. You know, I should probably do this after combat, shouldn't I? What do these skills do? Rapid shot. Oh, hotkey 1. Track. Oh, I found another enemy. I probably shouldn't have tracked. Wait, he's green. Is he my friend? He's not my friend. He's definitely not my friend. So clicking is actually just activating my rapid fire skill, it looks like. Now, if I don't attack, if I don't do anything, am I just attacking normally? Is that what happens? Okay, so it's a real-time turn-based system, but by clicking, I'm actually doing an attack. Neat. Okay. I'm getting the gist of it now. Let me go ahead and turn down the sound. I apologize to all of those who I've made deaf in this stream. Okay. So, let's see. 3 minutes on the tracking. So, attempt to track down a quarry and find value targets in the zone. Alright. Let's get another one. Hopefully the sound should be a little better for you guys now. So by clicking, I'm really just activating a skill. I'm not actually dealing damage through the clicking. Ooh, that was loud. That's some fine work, recruits. That just learned... wait. For a recruit that just learned how to put his diapers on. Oh, well, aren't you a bitch? Most of my recruits come limping back with excuses, so this is refreshing. Demonstrate that you can finish the job and pursue these orcs at the rally point. Our intel reports indicate that these orcs are from Lansfield Outpost, commanded by Chief Grimden. I am truly amazed that a pack of dim-witted orcs managed to lumber their way out here for Lansfield Post. Orcs aren't exactly known for their expeditionary activities. Something out of the ordinary is going on here. This is the most aggressive orc insurgent in centuries. But what does that mean? Search and destroy the remaining orcs, in Saldbrinn Forest. From there, we'll plan our next counterattack against the outpost. Okay, fair enough. How can I get these... Can I make this go away? I don't care too much about the battle statistics at the moment. But okay. So, do I just need to kill more orcs here? Oh, okay, he's a bigger... Oh, he's angry. In a way, this kind of reminds me of Phantasy Star 3. Now, some of you guys might know the Phantasy Star series, especially for Phantasy Star Online. But Phantasy Star 3 was a little different from the other ones. It introduced a whole lot of stuff, but the combat was mainly static images. And when they attacked, they would do like 1 or 2 frame animations. Like, for example, if you were being attacked by a giant, the giant might just be like, he'd be standing normally or something like that. And then when he attacks, he would just kind of like wiggle his finger or something. It was kind of silly. I feel like this game is doing tweening animations, which works. But I feel like if you could get 1 or 2 frame animations on these, it would add a little bit more... Oh, I found a magic item. It would add a little bit more. You know what I mean? So let's see. Toggles your auto attack on and off. Primary speed, 3.6 seconds, so I attack every 3.6 seconds. I can run with a 21.1% chance to successfully run from battle. Failed escape attempts increase your escape chance. This must be my ability, correct? Yeah, this is my ability. Your agility and dexterity are buffed. Oh, and what's this? This is a new skill. Kick! Kick your targets. Kick hits your target and inflicts 7 to 10 physical damage. Your boot's armor value increases kick's damage. 40% chance to interrupt your target's spell. Nice. And there's the pull the next monster button. So look at that. Here's all my equipment. I might as well equip this because I have nothing else. Increases gold find and lightning damage. The shocking giant mace of wealth. Oh, I do have something equipped. I have a sword. Screw it. Let's go with both. Now, I'm not sure how my range differs right now. Spacebar makes everything go away. Whoa, PS3 has a big influence on this. Weird that you said that. PS3 was actually my first RPG, believe it or not. It was where I learned that I should probably equip something before I fight things, because when you first escape the dungeon, you don't have anything equipped. Okay, so Spacebar makes everything go away. Beautiful. Alright. Keep the sound effects high. No, it's good now. Okay. Alright, so let's pull another monster. Let's pull a bunch of them. Okay, I guess they just kind of disappear. Let's do tracking again. Nope, okay. I thought I'd get a bunch of them going for me. Ooh, that mace is dealing some damage. I like it. Now, Mailfin, why don't you tell me, you said you have another artist working on this? How big is your team for this game? Also, do you have any plans to have accounts based off of, actual online accounts instead of locally saved stuff? Because I know you have the leaderboards, but couldn't somebody potentially cheat by, screwing over their local files and then having a big bunch of stats and then do something crazy? Also, I gotta admit, for something called Nevergrind, I feel like I'm grinding a lot. I feel a little deceived, I must admit. Let's see, my two-handed blunt has increased. So my two-handed blunt keeps increasing just by attacking. So it's very Elder Scrolls-esque in that sense. Kick him. I see him trying to run away. I see you trying to run away. There we go. Let's see. You have to enter and then pull multiple. Enter and then pull multiple. Okay. You contacted a few artists. Jocelyn Sarvida is the main artist that worked on all the background. The backgrounds are beautiful. The monster art's very good too, I gotta say. No, you're clearing questing right now. 0% gore. Okay, so this is not grinding. This is just questing. Alright, fair enough. So if I press pull right now, would I get another... Okay, there we go. Come on, come at me. Just bring them all at me. There we go, all at the same time. That's it. I show no fear. I show no fear. I'm starting to show a little fear. Okay, I'm a little afraid, just a little. Level up! I'm level 3, I show no more fear. Counter shots. So apparently I can face multiple enemies if I feel so brave. He's correct, I am technically on a quest. I'm not really grinding. I am questing, technically. What? I just found something. I like that. I like that little animation of the item actually going into my inventory. Let's equip it while I'm fighting. Leather gloves increase my critical damage and armor. And they're not equipping. Oh, okay, that's all black. You cannot swap... Oh, it's because I'm in combat. Okay. No black text on black. That's bad. I can't deal with that. I gotta say, for an HTML5 game, this is actually very impressive with the interface, the way it's all working out. It's very nice. More orcs! More orcs! Okay, you see, I was wondering about that. So you mentioned that the second artist worked on the UI. So you had an artist that did all of the main artwork, such as the enemies in the background, and then a secondary artist that did all the UI work. The UI work is good, but I worry that because you had the two separate artists, you end up bringing out two different aesthetics entirely. Ooh, another mace. So I can tell you right now, the UI looks very different from the aesthetic I would expect out of the game from the artwork. And that's not necessarily bad. It does match up relatively well. Rather, I should say the aesthetic isn't necessarily bad. It does still have the feel of an adventure game. But I'd say almost like the gradient look you're going for right here, like with this battle statistics thing, it almost looks more modern than, you know, olden time, I guess is the best way to put fantasy olden time. Alright, so what did I get here? Another mace. Mace of the Colossus. I would like it if when you mouse over a weapon, it would show you your currently equipped weapon next to it for comparison. That'd make my life a lot easier. Damage 6, delay 48. Damage 4, delay 42. We're going to keep that. Yes, it is an acknowledged problem. Oh, okay. It's supposed to be red font. Okay, it's Internet Explorer. I feel so bad that should there be music going right now? I feel bad that I have to resort to Internet Explorer right now to play this, but it's really my own fault. I have too many plugins on my Chrome. This is fact. Hold shift to compare. So you're saying... Oh, I see what you're doing. That works, but I don't know. It would just be so much easier if it was just there instead of me shifting back and forth, you know? Like, you could easily have one stacked on top of the other. It's pretty standard in a lot of RPGs. Alright, how many more orcs? 2 more orcs. Counter shots. Wasn't much of a counter shot since I fired first, but whatever. What does it actually do? Counter shot hits for a certain amount of damage, interrupts spell, and absorbs mana. Very nice. Where is my mana bar anyway? I assume it's supposed to be here. But then again, I don't actually have spells yet, do I? Alright, one more orc. Ooh, that was a big hit. The sound impacts sound a little low quality. They sound almost like they're actually detrimental to the rest of the game's sound design, you know? They sound thuddy, but they sound like a what's the best word for it? Distorted thud? It's like a muffled thud. It's not really like a hardcore, like a real smack, you know? Alright, let's hit it. Many undead creatures are weak against fire attacks. Well done, Highsight. That was commendable work for such a ordinary wood elf like yourself. I know the Indoc sergeants, rather. No, surgeons. Is that how you spell sergeant? That's how you spell sergeant. Ugh, my mind. We're wrong about you. I suspected there was at least a remote chance you would amount to something. It looks like you haven't died so far. Good job. The problem with success is that you get rewarded with more work you do. Wait, the problem with success is that you get rewarded with more work you do, so here's your next mission. Oh, I see. Yeah. Our latest intel reports that a spy network of pixies are working with the orcs. They found landfield insignia left behind in their hiding spots. I suspect they are supplying information to the orcs, which would explain the recent ambushes on traveling merchants. Scout the meadows and eliminate the pixies at once. Alright. There's a pixie. Alright, so I have to ask at this point, is the entire game going to be me just mainly going into places, clicking things, and then fighting things that pop up? I'm sure there's more depth to it, but I'm just wondering how long this is going to be the main focus. Because I gotta admit, the questing feels pretty grindy. Mr. Nevergrind. Level up! I am now level 4. Let's see, I said to press M to see the map. Okay, let's go back to Edinburgh. Let's see what Edinburgh can do for me. That is pretty much the whole game. Okay, alright, fair enough. What do you do to expand on the concept? Alright, so we got a merchant. Ooh, when did I find that? I should equip that immediately. Let's not sell that accidentally. No, don't sell that. Alright, there we go. That looks like it's better, right? Damage 3. Actually, no, it's worse. I take it back. You've got a good engine here. I just worry that you're not doing enough with it, you know? I feel like you've got a system, but if the system is all revolving around the combat of clicking on things until they die, how... The skills, there's clearly skills involved, I get that. But I don't know why. I feel like there can be more to this game, you know? I feel like there could be more than what you're... I don't want to sword items, I want to sell. There we go. Sell that. Sell that. How do I actually sell? Am I not in the merchant? Oh, there we go. Hang on. There we go. There's the merchant. So if I click that and hit sell, there we go. Upgrade your talents, that orange shield icon. Let's do that. Let's see what we have here. Okay, here we go. Let's break all that down. Improve kicks damage and its interrupt rates. Improve counter shots damage. So there's a lot of talents, that's for sure. Let me just look at everything here. There's my main stats, my offensive stats, my defensive stats, and my conquests. What's conquests? Okay, so that's like history and stuff. Okay. Kick to improve. Improve counter shots damage. Improve rapid fires damage. We're going to improve rapid fires damage because I think it's the thing I tend to do the most. And then with that, I can get feet like cats. Or I can keep leveling this up. Because after I hit skill level 20 on this, I get 5% damage bonus. Improve the number of volley arrows shot once I hit level 20 on this. So Feet Like Cat will also add skill haste. Let's get that too. Spirit of the Wolf. Let's get that too. Okay, hit X, all the buttons are there. So, spacebar to close, G for inventory. That's weird, I thought I used I for inventory a second ago. Yeah, I works. I guess I and G both work. Works for me. Anyway, X, so let's see. Tab to get the next target, A to toggle attack, use my radial skill, fast selling at merchant. Okay, bank, options, Shift R to run, pull the next monster, show talents, compare equipped item. Okay. Oh, you don't have that skill yet. You can talent things you don't have. Whoops, I probably just messed up my talents then, didn't I? No way to retrieve those, I guess. Okay, so these... I thought it might unlock them. I guess it doesn't unlock them yet. I guess I get them after a certain point. Okay. Let's go back out and fight. Alright, so we're going to the meadow. Oh, cool. I like that. That's a nice effect. Let's go pull some more pixies. Oh, I can reset them in town. Whoops, I just left town. Let's go back to town. I love that music. That's beautiful music. Reset talents. There we go. 10 gold? Sure. I got that. Alright, let's try that again. This time with a little more intelligence. Let's just put it all into rapid shot. Makes most sense. I moused over the button. I did. I didn't even realize what it said. Alright, Pixie Trickster. Rapid fire! Rapid fire! Counter shots. You know, I probably should have just put it on counter shot. Maybe I'll go back and reset it, actually, because counter shot just does way more damage. Although it seems to go gray sometimes. I'm not sure what the gray means. It doesn't really say. If no bow is equipped, magic arrows are fired instead. Oh, I have to get hit first, don't I? That would make sense. Hey, boots. Thank you. I needed those. I can definitely see this game being a good time waster. I almost feel like, as weird as it sounds, it might be better suited where the physical attacks are done by clicking quickly, and then you'd get kind of like you could almost get like a cookie clicker thing going, as weird as that sounds. And I know it sounds very weird, maybe even almost insulting to you. I don't mean it to. But I'm saying you could have something where you get skills that make your clicks do more damage, and more damage occurs over time, but you start off mainly just by clicking really quickly, and then you deal more damage that way. I don't know where I'm going with it, really. My mind wanders sometimes when I like to think about game design changes. Try to kick now that I have boots. Yes, the kick does do a lot more damage. 18, actually. Gets triggered by me getting hit. Well, I just got hit, but it's still grayed out. Just got hit again. There goes my main attack. That'll do it. Alright, let's back out and actually change it. No, you know what? I take it back. Well, let's stick with the rapid fire, because I can't get counter shot working every time, so I want to make sure I have something to fall back on. An incremental RPG. Exactly, Paper Pilot. That's exactly what I was thinking. And like where your skills are actually what increases your incrementalness of it, you know? I don't think I've seen a game like that before. Let's see. Oh, it's a 15% chance of receiving. Okay, so it's not always going to come up. Is that actually stated anywhere? Oh, yeah, it is. I am so blind. Holy crap. I should probably actually read, shouldn't I? Yeah, so it's not worth putting all my points into that because it might end up not happening. Also, I should kick way more often. This game does give me a strong Phantasy Star 3 vibe, though. Just without the overworld. And actually, although most people hated Phantasy Star 3, which I disagree with wildly. Maybe it's the nostalgia glasses, I don't know. Maybe it was because it was my first ever RPG, but Phantasy Star 3 for me was one of my favorite in the series. And I am including 2 and 4 in that. I would say for me it ranks out. 4 was the best one, 3 was the second best, 2 was the third. Wow, it's all backwards. How did that happen? Okay, well anyway, 3 was amazing, if only because of the generational system that they implemented into that. I'd never seen anything since or before that. Oh, definitely the best music in the game. No question about that. Best theme, even. But I gotta say though, it does feel a lot more grindy than your name lets on. I can't deny that. A lot of people are going to be yelling about false advertising pretty quickly. Because admittedly, this is very much a grind, even if it's in questing form. Well, considering I'm not one of those guys who actually plays games at work while I'm supposed to be working, maybe I'm not the demographic for this. I could see it as, you know, a little mindless thing to pass the time, but I swear this game could do so good as an incremental RPG. For one thing, I've never heard of an incremental RPG, so you got that going for you. But yeah, that's the first thing that comes to mind when I see this is it could do really well as an incremental RPG. You could define a genre here, technically. Just you're constantly clicking him and constantly trying to get as much DPS as you can on him while having your skills and stuff activate in the background based on how you've upgraded them. I don't know. I'm probably overthinking it, but if you made your auto attacks like really, really quick, that'd probably be a good way to go with it. Blue has a different name for it. It's called Reddit. Oh my. All right, well, I think I've summed up my thoughts on this game as best I can at the moment. I'd probably have to play more to get a better idea, because I feel like there's got to be something deeper to this game. It feels like right now it's very much in a state where you're just constantly pulling out monsters and killing them, but it's the same combat every time, and it's the same challenge every time. It's not even really that randomized at the moment, because I'm only really getting... I'm sure if I go further down and further in, I'll find different monsters in different places than what I'm looking for, but I'm sorry, the name does not apply here. This is a grind. You can't deny it. This is very much a grind. Let's see. Chain some mobs for experience and magic to find... Okay, let's see if I can chain some mobs here. So, there's another one. There's another one. Although I'm probably going to die pretty quickly, huh? And that might add to the excitement and the challenge of it, but at the same time, it's also going to, you know, kill me quicker, so why would I do it by comparison? Like, here I am, I'm going to die, no question, because I decided to stupidly go about this. I have died. Press OK to resurrect. You have resurrected, but lost 12 gold. Okay, let's recover and do a more sensible pulling, because I probably want to do like 3 creatures. Not quite like that. Okay, fair enough. But, I mean, what if I pulled next monster and that brought up 3 monsters instead of just 1? Alright, we're working on this one. Let's get another one going. Alright, this one's dead, so we'll move on to this one. So it's really more about chaining them, you're saying. It's more about the idea of putting yourself in tougher and tougher situations voluntarily and seeing if you can survive them. So that's where this game really lies its challenge. Because it doesn't inherently really lead me to know that, you know? It just seems to me like I would want to pull them out one at a time, because it seems like the quicker and safer way. Whittle them down till you get to the next one. Okay, yeah, I'm getting that. But obviously after this one, if I survive, I'm not going to want to summon another one immediately. I'm going to probably want to recover if I survive. I might not survive. Yeah, I think I'm going to die. Nope. Chain combo 3 plus 4 bonus XP. Okay, alright. Okay, increase my dodge and everything. I do like the randomized system. You really have a solid foundation for an engine here. I feel like the game itself is just the weak point, as sad as that sounds. The engine is very solid, and I love that it's all in browser, because it means you could play it anywhere. But I don't know. I don't see the what's going to keep me coming back aspect of it. There's the loot. That's cool. You could always find better and better loot. That's very cool. But the combat feels like your weakest point in this game, honestly. If the combat were just more interactive is not the right word. More interesting, more unexpected. I really don't know what the word is for it. There's not a lot of diversity, at least starting off. You obviously get more skills as you go, which gives you more diversity. But even given that, I don't know what kind of skills I would get out of it that would really thrust me into this game. I don't know. We were talking earlier about Phantasy Star 3 and how this was actually inspired in some ways by Phantasy Star 3. And that's great. But one thing you got to keep in mind with Phantasy Star 3 is you had more strategy behind it, because you had multiple party members, you had multiple, like, you planned out your attacks ahead of time and then you executed them in a turn-based situation, whereas this is real time. You had stuff to break up between the combat. You had you had walking around the overworld. You had different plots and different things to discover. There's not much happening in between with this. There's that captain that I talk to every now and then, and I assume that she's just going to help me along the quest as it goes. But I'm not like talking to random villagers and discovering random things. I'm not finding side quests. Are there any side quests in this game? Because that would help if there were different quests to choose to go on, different things to track and hunt and everything. But even so, it does come back to the question of what can you do to make the combat system more interesting? And I'm not sure. I mean, obviously music would help while you're in the actual battle thing. It's a linear game like Diablo 2, and that's fair enough. It doesn't. Not every game has to be an open world. That's fine. I get that. But I don't know. I'm at a loss. I do have to agree with Mr. Blue. I don't know if this is a game that I would keep coming back to. I don't know if this is my kind of genre. I'm not saying that there's not a market for it. I mean, like you said, there are definitely people who find themselves in bored situations, so this is a chance for them to instead level up their character and grind things out. And find new items. Again, I think that the best thing about this is definitely the item system. I'm a loot whore. I've always been a loot whore in every game I've ever played. If there's loot, I love it. And just like Diablo 2, you've nailed the randomized item system. It looks perfect. So that's a definite win in your favor. The skill system seems really good too. You've got a lot of skills, and you seem to have thought out quite carefully what they do and how they pertain to everything. But yeah. Well, I mean, you got 150 hits this year. More power to you. I'm glad to hear it's working out. I guess it's just not my personal taste. But hey, I'm happy to hear it's working out for you. But yeah, I think I've done about all I can do for this game. Ladies and gentlemen, the game is Nevergrind. A bit of an auspicious title, considering, but even so. Nevergrind, ladies and gentlemen, brought to us by Mailfin. Mailfin, thank you very much for presenting the game to us, and I wish you the best of luck with it and more hits in the future.